Hello, I have another book haul for you. I have quite a few books, so what I'm going to do is show you them and give you a little short description, but nothing major. If you want to know about them, comment and let me know, and I will get back to you. Yeah, so here we go. First book I have is The Rook by Daniel O'Malley. I love this cover. I think it's amazing. That's actually quite a hefty book. It is 482 pages. That's a lot. It's basically MI5 for wizards, apparently, and apparently it's really funny and really good as well. So, I also brought A Treacherous Likeness by Lynn Shepherd, and this is about Mary Shelley, and she's involved in some kind of crime. I think it's based on real life event, because Mary Shelley didn't actually die that long ago. And Mary Shelley's obviously the person who wrote Frankenstein. Yeah, so this is about a murder mystery set in 1850, and it's written really well. I started reading it the other day. I'm on page 9, and yeah, it's written really well, and I'm enjoying it. I also picked up Wreck This Journal by Kerry Smith. I've heard a lot about these, and it was on the desk where I paid for my books at Waterstones, so I just put it on the pile. I was like, I'll have one of them as well, please. And basically, I'm sure you know what this is about, because every YouTuber knows. But on each page there are things to do. Some of them are cool, like stick your photo here, glue in a photo of yourself you dislike, and deface it. They document a boring event in detail. This is the extended version. There was a smaller version which didn't have as many things. And look, pick up the journal without using your hands. Create a non-stop line. You start here, you create a non-stop line. So yeah, it's just full of loads of really cool things to do. And like I said, this is the extended edition, which costs $8.99. But yeah, I thought I'd pick that up, something fun to do. I also brought the sequel to Throne of Glass, which is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I haven't read Throne of Glass yet, but I really want to get around to it. And I love the covers of these books. Like, here is her on the front, and then that's her on the back, but it's her back in the same position. I think that looks awesome. And then on Crown of Midnight as well, that's her on the front, and then her on the back in the same position. So yeah, I really love these covers, and I can't wait to read them, because apparently they're really good. I know the third book comes out in February next year, I think, February or March, in the UK, so I'm looking forward to starting to read that. I then picked up, when I first read this book, I raved about it on YouTube. Literally raved about it. And I heard about it from somebody else's channel. I forgot who they were. But somebody else on YouTube was raving about it, and I'd never seen it before. I picked it up and I read it, and I loved it. And that was Meta Wars #1, which was amazing. And then a little while ago I picked up Meta Wars 2, which I haven't started reading. And yesterday I picked up Meta Wars #3. So I now have all three, and there is a fourth one coming out, which is called Battle of the Immortal. But this is... oh no, sorry, this is Battle of the Immortal. What's the next one called? Freedom Frontier. October this year it comes out. So I'm looking forward to that. I also picked up 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This is about this girl who commits suicide, and she sends these cassette tapes out to people, and the first person she sends one or all of them to is the guy who used to fancy her, called Clay Jensen. And she says that he is one of the reasons why she killed herself. There's 13 reasons, and he's one of them. And it just documents, he sits there and listens to all the cassette tapes and finds out a lot about people that he didn't know about them because of this girl's suicide. Apparently it's really interesting. And then I picked up book 1 in the Underland Chronicles, which is Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins, who also wrote The Hunger Games. This is book 1, and there's book 2, books 2, 3, 4 and 5 there. And I'm not even sure what this is about. When 11-year-old Gregor follows his little sister through a grate in the laundry room of his New York apartment building, he hurtles into the dark underland beneath the city. There, humans live uneasily beside giant spiders, bats, cockroaches and rats. Gregor just wants to find his way home, but then he discovers that a prophecy foretells a role for him in the Underland's future. He must go on a quest that will change him and the Underland forever. And, yeah, like I said, it's by Suzanne Collins, book 1, there's 5 books. This was written before The Hunger Games, apparently. But I thought The Hunger Games was written before the Underland Chronicles. But it wasn't. This was first published in the US in 2003. This edition was published in the UK in 2013. That's this edition with the new covers, because the old covers, I looked at the old American covers and they were like crap. Proper crap. I then picked up The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and this is amazing. Like, the cover is fantastic and the spine's beautiful. And if you take the dust jacket off, it looks like this. And there's the spine. And I think it's just beautiful. It's being compared to like Harry Potter. And it's set in the future, 2059. And I'm not even sure what it's about, but I saw somebody raving about it on their channel, and I also saw on Twitter channel their new release Tuesday video. I saw this, and yeah, after seeing somebody raving about it, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pick that up. So I did, and it's a bit of a beast actually. I didn't realise how big it was. It is 452 pages, so that's a big book. I then picked up book 1 in the Lockwood & Co. Chronicles by Jonathan Stroud, who wrote the Bartimaeus sequence. I think it's Bartimaeus. Is it Bartimaeus? Yes. And this is The Screaming Staircase, and the new one, which I think is The Hallowed Skull or something, comes out January next year in the UK in hardback. And the cover's amazing. The cover got me at first. I was like, wow. And look at the back, it's so cool. It's just like a door with a sign that says A.J. Lockwood & Co. Investigators. After dark, ring bell and wait beyond the iron line. This is about some paranormal investigators. When the dead come back to haunt the living, Lockwood & Co. step in. Set in a city stalked by spectres, The Screaming Staircase is the first in a chilling new series full of suspense, humour and truly terrifying ghosts. Your nights will never be the same again. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. I also got Reviver by Seth Patrick, and this cover's amazing. I think it's beautiful. And the back and the spine is just, oh, so gorgeous. And I'll read you the inside because it sounds really good. Revivers, able to wake the recently dead and let them bear witness to their own demise. 12 years after the first reviver came to light, they have become accepted by an uneasy public. The testimony of the dead is permitted in courtrooms across the world, and forensic revival is now a routine part of police investigation. In the United States, these cases fall to the Forensic Revival Service. Despite his troubled past, Jonah Miller is one of their best revivers. But while questioning the victim of a brutal murder, he encounters a terrifying presence. Something is watching, waiting. His superiors tell him it was all in his mind, a product of his stress. Jonah is not so certain. Then Daniel Harker, the first journalist to bring revival to the public's attention, is murdered, and Jonah is propelled into the hunt for answers. Working with Harker's daughter, Annabelle, he is determined to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Soon they uncover long-hidden truths that call into doubt everything Jonah stands for, and reveal a threat which, if not stopped in time, would put all humanity in danger. So that's Reviver by Seth Patrick, and this is also a massive book. It is 407 pages, so that's a pretty big book. And the last book I have to show you is The Nightmare by Lars Kepler, and this is a beast as well. I found this in the Works in the UK for, I think, $1.99, and on the front it says, "He sees your darkest dreams, then he makes them come true." And it's about a murderer, and he's nicknamed The Nightmare. Yeah, and I really want to read this because it sounds really interesting. And I know Lars Kepler's just brought out a new book called The Fire Witness, which looks awesome, and I want to read that as well. That's also a beast. This one is over 500 pages, I believe. Hang on. Yeah, it is 500 pages exactly. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. There will be some more videos up soon. But in the meantime, enjoy your reading and let me know what you thought of this haul, and if there's any books that you want because you've seen this video, or ones that you're interested in and want to ask me questions about, ask me. I'm happy to help. And I will see you again in my next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.